everybody, it's Dave and Will's Guitar again, and I'm Will.
I'm Dave.
And today we're going to bring you a fun little scenario, kind of a, not necessarily a lesson, but just a fun thing to do to help generate ideas for music. So I know a lot of people out there, struggle to write music. I'm not very good at it. But if you need to generate ideas, hopefully this little tool or lesson, sub-quotation lesson, can give you some ideas and help you out. So our whole idea here is we're going to take some random numbers from a random number generator and assign those to parameters. Now our parameters are basically like the skeleton of a song, like the bones of what we want that song to be. And so for this idea, we're going to take a random number between 1 and 8, 1 and 24. We'll tell you what all those are, and those will correlate to how we build a song off of those. So the idea is we're going to make a song, we're going to keep it in key, we're going to have some tempo and time changes or time signature and things like that. But all those are randomly generated, and then Dave is going to he's going to kind of make a song out of that, essentially from these random generated things.
Yeah, or we're going to make something.
We're going to do it. I'm doing the easier work. I don't have to play the music, so this is a test, and we'll see how it goes. Put your helmets on. We'll see what this looks like. So the first thing we decided is time signature is our first parameter, and then we're going to move into tempo. Then within our key, we're going to pick a key at random. And with that key, of course, on the guitar, obviously some keys are harder to play in than others. We're going to use a capo if we need to kind of make that a little bit easier to kind of generate those ideas and have easier time, playing those chords or chords, notes, etc. And then we're going to decide randomly what our chords are going to be, and then the number of chords in that key that appear in the song, the beats per chord, and then finally we're going to tie it in with a melody. And we've decided, for the sake of just making the song more robust and less experimental, so to say, make it more like modern music, we're going to keep 8 notes in that melody, and then we're going to subdivide or change those notes depending on the random rules. So each note might be a quarter note, an eighth note, a dotted eighth note, and we'll show you what that looks like when we get there. So. Anything you want to add, Dave? Anything I missed?
I think we're good so far.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and get started. Now what I'm doing is I just went to Google. Google has its own random number generator. If you type in random number generator, you're going to go in Google and you're going to see that's on the screen. It might not be coming up on camera. I know it's a little far away. But you can tell the minimum and maximum. So for time signature, we've decided just to keep things simple. We're going to be playing in 3/4 or 4/4. The number here that we give Google, we can choose a min and a max, so it can pick 1 or 2, and we're gonna go ahead and do that.
And I think we decided to make a 1 4/4 and then a 2 3/4, and you can and you can eventually make this more complicated than that. We're trying to keep it somewhat simple. You can eventually have more options. 5/4, 7/4, whatever you want to decide. Yeah, we're trying to keep it.
Yeah, however you want to do it. If you want to have your song that's 16:35 and that's like your jam, 35. Some very strange.
Can't really have that, but
okay.
A 35th note.
Yeah, no, okay, 36, 16:36 or something. Right. All right. So let's go ahead and start it. So again, 1 is 4/4 and 2 will be 3/4. And we decided 1. So we're going to be in 4/4. So if you want to write that down.
Okay, so now here's where I come on my clipboard here. Okay, so we have 4/4 time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then tempo. So tempo, we decided we're going to have a tempo or BPM of 90 up to 140. So we're going to let the song.
And we picked that arbitrarily. A lot of this stuff, you have to make certain arbitrary decisions with this. We picked that because 120 is very common. It's rough. A lot of songs are within that range, 90 to 140. So we were like, let's keep it, just tight from nothing like 300 something or whatever, right? Or zero, no ones,
right? Ones. One beat.
So
okay, we do want a song at the end of this that is somewhat musical.
So 90 to 140, we agreed. Pretty good.
All right, so here we go. We're picking, and it says 132.
Okay.
Do we have a 132 out there? 132, a Bueller. Let's see. There we go.
And we're just going to say that's what the quarter note is. Is 132. Eventually you can have, other things that equal that. But I would say a quarter note equals 132. So.
Okay, so now we were moving on to the key. Now there is 12 major keys, 12 minor keys, correct? So we're going to pick 1 through 24. So the first 1 through 12 are going to be the first. If we're looking at the circle of fifths, we're moving around the clock, the number 1 being the 12 o'clock number on the clock, right? And then going all the way around. And 1 through 12 is major, 13 through 24 will be minor.
Yeah, and that 12 o'clock is C, which is 0, no sharps, no flats. So that's but yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
And major keys. Yeah.
And
A
major
minor
keys.
is a minor.
Right. Okay. 24. 10. So it'll be a major. What is 10 on the clock? I don't know.
Okay, so 12 would be F major. So we're going to go back. 11 is B flat. So 10 is we're going to have E flat. So
E flat.
E flat major. So this is where we probably are going to want to use a capo. I mean, you don't have to, but just to make things simpler. So what I would recommend is we take this capo and put it on the 3rd fret, and now we're in the key of C, because this is an E flat. This is your C of caged for E flat. Now your chords are going to be, C, G, D minor, E minor, that kind of thing. So I mean, unless you want to do a bunch of bar chords, then that's fine. But to make things simpler, let's just do that. So now, when we are writing down our chords and stuff, we can write them in the key of C, knowing that we're capable of 3rd fret, so we're really in E flat.
Right. So for the chords, we're now deciding how many chords are going to be total per. So chords total in the song, right? Through, I guess this would be the verse, or maybe the whole song. We've decided we want more than 1, and more than 2, and more than 3. So we're saying 4 through 8. So there's going to be 4 or 8 chords in the song, depending on what these numbers tell us.
Or this part of the song. Eventually, again, so much. This is just generating ideas, but yeah. So okay, the next part is okay. Yeah. 4 through 8. So
4 through 8. So we're going to use 5 chords. So 5 was the answer. So we're going to have 5 total chords.
Okay. All right. So we have 5 chords. I'm just going to knock this over to a minute. Okay.
And then moving on, we're going to say how many, the number of chords in the key. So, wait, is that the right?
Well, so the next step I think we talked about would be, so we have 7 chords in that key. Right?
Oh, right. Which chords we're going to pick in that key.
But what we did talk about is the diminished chord. Again, you don't really see that a whole lot in popular music. So, we decided instead of that chord would be to make that a 5 chord in first inversion, and Will can put that up on the screen for you. Right. So since we're saying we're in the key of C in guitar jargon, that chord, your 2 chord, it's your 7 chord in major. Sorry, it would be this B diminished chord, which again, is funky. Sometimes you see versions of it where you don't have this other finger and you just do that. Then you have just root, flat, 5th, and octave. But we're just not going to do that. What we're going to say, what you see more commonly, is instead to just have this 5 chord, your G. Maybe I should set this down for a second.
Sure.
And then to just play. If you put this chord in first inversion, now all you're doing is just not playing this thick string. You can let go with that finger. And you're just playing from the A string down. So this is a G over B. You see G/B. So a B diminished chord is BDF. G over B is BDG. Because GBD is your root 3rd, 5th of G major. If you take that G on the bottom and put it up top, now you have B, D, G, and that's what this is. So nice and easy, just all you have to do is play G with no middle. So we're going to use that as a substitute if we end up rolling that one. So we still have 7 options, although technically I guess that's going to largely sound like the 5 chord, so you can get rid of that. But the bright side of that we've thought of is that way, if you have a 1, it's the 1 chord, a 2, the generator 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you get to 7, it's just remembering that is going to be the G over B. Although now I think about it, if we just went up to 6, we would have been okay.
Yeah, it would have been okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go up
So-
to 7. We're taking this all the way to
So
7.
so we'll include that G over B,
Okay.
or I don't know. Now I'm like on the fence. Should we just do 1 through 6?
Well, let's just roll with it, and we
Yeah,
can
okay.
amend it because we're just generating ideas.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't sound good in the progression or what we like, we'll change it.
Yeah.
So we need to do this. So now that we know we have 5 chords total, we're going to have to roll a number and assign each one, like what chord in the key. So we're starting at root, moving through 7, and then we'll decide. So I have to roll this. I'm going to roll 1 through 7, right? 7 chords in a key. And then we have to do that 5 times. So let's do that. So 2.
Okay, so that's our D minor in the key of C again. We're saying we're in C with the capo. So, okay, so that's D minor.
Okay, and then 6.
And that's our A minor.
Okay. 4.
That's our F.
2. Do we want to repeat?
Yeah, I'd say repeats are fine.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
2.
But again, if you want to change that, you can. If you don't want to have repeat, there's so many things about this you can change. It's a
Okay.
flexible system.
And then 5.
Okay, G.
And so how many do we have there so far?
It's 5.
5. So we don't even have a root. Do we want to make sure that we have our root in there?
Well, I'd say, yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with the flow with it. Maybe the universe, the system is telling us that we're actually in A minor, because so far, we've had an A minor, but we haven't a C. So, but that's okay. Yeah,
Right. And then we can take the capo off and move right back to A minor.
yeah.
So
You can, but well, A minor again. It would actually be C minor.
C
'cause
minor,
This is
okay.
E flat, but
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there we go. So we're going to do that.
Then we need 8 total, right? Is that what we decided? I think 8 total chords, or what did we decide?
chords. We just rolled 5, right? 5 total chords, wasn't it?
We only wanted 5.
Isn't that? I think that's what we rolled.
I thought we were going to go till we had 8.
Till we had 8.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sure.
We
yeah.
did go over all this, but there's a lot of numbers.
Okay. So
Let's do 8 for
okay
fun.
for 8 for fun. Okay. 6.
6. Okay, A minor.
2 again.
Okay, D minor.
And then 5.
And 5. So this is going to sound more like we're in A minor than we're in C, most likely. We'll listen to it once you get there, because we have 2 A minors in there, and we have the D minors. We have a lot of minor chords, and there's no C major ever in there. So, but hey, I mean, that's, it depends on, again, if you don't like that, you can alter some of these or whatever. It's just generating ideas. And first I'd say, let's go with it, see how it sounds.
Okay.
See what, it could sound kind of cool. So, okay.
Okay. So then, all right. So then we're on to melody.
Well, not yet. So now we want to figure out how many beats per each one of those chords.
Beats per chord. I'm
Say.
sorry. You're right. Yeah.
so
Beats per chord.
yeah.
It was on here.
And one other thing I guess I do want to say is, right now we're, again, keeping it simple, and we're only doing major and minor. Eventually, if you wanted to do modes, there's so many things you could change with the parameters. We're just trying to keep it somewhat simple here,
Okay.
So now we want to find out how many beats per each one of these chords. Now, one thing we did talk about when we were figuring out, how to work all this, we were talking about with the melody, we thought it would be more interesting to have the numbers represent the number of eighth notes. I mean, eventually you could make it number of 16ths, like the amount of space that each one of the melody notes is going to take up. So say it's just, if you roll a 2, then that note is going to be a quarter note, because it's going to take up the space of 2 eighth notes, things like that. So at least that way. Hold on, I hope.
Yeah, you had that right.
No, I was just my fingers. I didn't mean to give the camera the finger.
Oh yeah.
We can edit that out maybe.
Right.
With the chords, you could do the same thing. But let's say you roll a bunch of 1s, then you got a bunch of the chords are going eighth note, eighth note, eighth note. I don't know. So we thought it might be a better idea to have them represent just beats for right now. So the chords are going to be, each chord is going to be at least 1 quarter note long.
Okay.
So. And I think we said we were going to go from 1 to 8.
1 to 8.
So, so we might have some really long chords if we do that. Although maybe 1 to 4.
1 to
Since
4,
we
I
did
think.
8 chords, maybe 1 to 4.
Yeah, let's do
is
1
a
to
smarter
4 just
decision,
because.
'cause then we get a lot of high numbers. Then we got a lot of
We have
long
to make some executive decisions here just to make music, reasonable.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's see what we get. So D minor is a first chord.
Okay, so we're gonna say that's 1.
Okay, so that's 1 beat.
Okay.
Okay.
2. for the second
A
one.
minor is the second chord. That's going to be 2 beats.
3.
Interesting. It's just okay. F is 3 beats.
1.
1 beat for D minor.
3.
3 for G.
3.
3 for A minor.
2.
2 for D minor, and we still have one more.
It was 2. I clicked it too fast, but it was 2.
We had 2 twos?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 twos in a row.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need to go back up, and so I just wrote the numbers underneath of the chord here. Now I'm going to go up with a slash notation, just general idea, like number of beats. So 4 slashes in a measure, and we'll write. Sorry, that mic. So D minor is going to go over the first beat and measure 1. A minor is on beat 2 and beat 3, and then F on beat 4. So it's going to get kind of interesting. And then that one is for 3 beats. So we have D minor is going to come in on beat 3 of the next measure. And that's just 1 beat. So then G is on beat 4. This is going to be kind of interesting sounding. So G is on beat 4 of that next measure, and that one lasts for 3. So then we have beat 3 of the next measure is going to be A minor, and that one is 3 again. So that's going to be, the next chord will be D minor on beat 2 of that measure. That's 1, 2. Okay, and then G would be 2, but we might want to just end it there because otherwise we're going to have a 1-4 bar after that. So let's say G, we make an executive decision. We just make that last beat a G.
Okay.
So now the next stage of this, if you just kind of were robotic about it, you would just be strumming quarter notes on each one. I mean, I can do that so you can hear. Let's do that, see how it sounds. And what we're going to do is then maybe we'll fade out and come back, and I'm going to try to come up with a little bit better strum pattern to put to this intuitively. So first I'll just strum what we have here. So let's go. Let's set the DAW to the metronome to 132. So here we go. It's going to be kind of interesting. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's like a lot of chords to get by pretty fast there. Okay, so that's kind of flying through those chords. So at this point, again, we're just trying to generate ideas. So we might want to slow that down a little bit.
Okay.
So let's try to cut that in half for fun.
Yeah.
Which is
132 divided by
66.
60.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We can do math.
We can do math here. 132. So it was 130.
I'm gonna say 66.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
66.
Okay. Now this might be too slow because 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Better, but too slow, I would say.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna mess with that a little bit, and we're gonna come back.
We'll come back,
and
folks.
then we'll show you. We'll be changed from that, and then we'll go into the melody. So
Awesome.
okay.
All right. Cool. All right, folks. Welcome back. We've got kind of the progression worked out to some extent, so we're going to let Dave take it away. He's going to play 2 versions of it, right? I think it was more of the originally kind of what we rolled, and then kind of like working out what you've created to make it sound a little bit better, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the first version, I am changing it some, but I tried to stick to it a little more than I mean, the second version is the same thing. I just felt like with that one, maybe there could be a little more space on some of the chords so they don't switch as quickly. So here's the first version. And I did, doing it this way, the quarter notes almost, it felt better to speed them up, so they're almost like eighth notes, but it's just a faster tempo. So I ended up at 160 here. So and again, a lot of this was just intuitive. That stage is just messing around with it, kind of like see what you like, see what parts of it you think sound cool, which you don't. See if there's something there to work with. So here's what I came up with. You can do your own thing with that too. So try this again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. minor, A minor, F, D minor, G, A minor, F, G. And just do this kind of G and something like that.
Okay.
So
Nice.
that's one of the options.
Okay,
Now-
so now do you want to record the other one?
Yeah, so I thought it also sounded good to kind of make some of these. So that was following a little more because we had D minor for a beat, A minor for 2, F for 3, D minor for 1. So now I felt good. I thought if we make the F a little longer, so. Like that. So now I'm making an executive arbitrary decision there, stretching out the F for longer. So now I'm going when the F comes in, it's going 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm following that order there, but I'm making them the F longer there, and then that A minor that comes in after. So D minor, it's D minor, A minor, F, longer F there, D minor, G, A minor, longer. And then after that, I got rid of the other D minor, G, and just went back and repeated that, and then put a long G at the end of it. We just made a video about Mr. Jones, and I guess maybe that influenced it or something. I'm just thinking maybe Mr. Jones in my head that stays on that that 7 chord for an A minor technically there at the end for longer,
Okay.
So.
Well, let's go ahead and record it then. So go ahead and whenever you're ready.
Okay, so here we go for this other interpretation of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do it again. D minor, A, F. D minor, G, A minor. D minor, A, F. Long G. And I'm just ending on A minor. So.
Okay. Awesome. So we got our structure of the song now with the chords and kind of an idea of where we want to go. And the next part would be the melody, right? So moving forward, now we get to decide. We decided that we're going to do 8 notes in the melody, and then of course the numbers we're rolling, we're going to roll a 1 through 8 for each note, and that's going to be what kind of division we're using, right? So whether it's a quarter note, eighth note, is that correct?
Well, yeah. Sorry, it's 8 notes. Well, 7. We have 7 notes in the key, but
7 notes. 8
well,
notes.
We're going to
total.
pick 8.
We're going to pick
total.
8 notes.
Yeah.
To fill in.
Right,
okay.
Right.
So we're going to pick 8 notes, but then
To start.
The rolling we're going to do for each of those is how long or short they're going to be, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many eighths of a measure they're going to take
Right.
up? If it's a 1, it's going to be 1/8 of a measure. It's 2, it's going to be 2/8, which is a quarter note. Things like that. Now, this could really interesting because a lot of times when you want melodies, you want them to have the chord tones in them. So it would be interesting if they just happen to line up. They probably aren't going to line up. But then we do the same thing. We can go back and then start again. We're just trying to generate ideas.
So if you want to get your pen and paper, because you're gonna
here we go. Yeah.
So
Pen and paper. Yeah.
okay, so the first note is going to be a 4. So 4 8 notes, right?
Well, first we need to get the notes at 1 to 7. So we,
Oh, you want to do those first? Okay.
We need to have 8 notes. Well, we need to do 1 to 7 8 times.
Okay,
We need
let's
8
do
notes
that.
that are in picking from the 7 scale degrees.
Okay. Let's do
And
that.
again, because right now we're just sticking in the scale. We're not doing any altered notes or anything like that. Eventually, you could mess with that and make it, do modal stuff or whatever you want to do. So.
Okay, so then let's do 4. Four is the first number.
Okay.
So
we need the 4th scale degree. That's going to be F. So our first note in the melody is going to be an F. Okay.
And then we're going to do a 5.
Okay, so G,
And then 6,
A,
2.
okay, D. Oh, well, I should add that these numbers, right now we're still basing it on C major, even though we decided it's A minor, just for consistency's sake, we're still using the numbers from C major, but even though, since we didn't end up getting a C, it sounds more like we're in A minor, But just to keep the numbers the same, we're just still thinking C major right now.
Okay.
So we had F, G, A, D.
Okay. 6 is the next one.
A again, okay.
5,
G,
1,
C,
5.
G.
Okay.
And is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have So we have 8 notes. Now we want to go and we're going to put 1 through 8 for each of those, and that's going to represent how many eighths of a measure each note is going to take up.
Okay.
Okay.
So this
So
will
for
be
the F,
really
this first one
interesting.
will be for the F. What do we get?
7.
Okay, so that's going to take up. That's going to be interesting. Right? F for almost that whole measure. So,
Okay.
Although our chords there are D minor, A minor, F. 2 of those chords have an F in them, so
It
see how it sounds.
might be all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so the next one is G.
1.
Okay, so that's going to fill out that whole measure. The G will be at the end. Okay.
The next one is 8
Okay.
and 7.
7. So the 8 was for the A. The 7 is for the D.
Okay. 2.
2 for the A.
7.
7 for the G.
6.
6 for the C.
6.
6 for the G, and that's it. So,
Okay.
okay. So now we'll take a quick break, or we'll fade out for a second and come back, because I need to write out what those rhythms are going to look like now, converting it to half notes, whole notes, all that. So we'll come back with that. So,
All right. Well, thanks, folks. We'll see you here shortly. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. We're back. So we've got kind of a melody associated with the song now, so we're just going to play that through. It's very strange. It's not normal. Dave's going to do his best to play it, and you're going to see that live. So we're going to go ahead and play the backing track, which was that original melody that we kind of reworked and made it a little nicer, and then you'll hear the melody over that. So
yeah, and of those 2 progressions, we chose to go with the second one where we held the F out a little longer and the G out a little longer. So again, we altered that a little bit. But this melody is, I'm doing, as long as I copied it correctly, I'm trying to do exactly what we came up with for that. And then after this, we'll work on it and then make another video where we can show you what we did with it.
yep. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and
So he's going to play it on the DAW here, and I'm going to play along with that. So. We don't have this moment, and then we can repeat it.
And that's it's essentially it.
So that's not bad. I mean, I don't know. That's workable to me.
Yeah, it's workable.
I could be. I can picture maybe some octaves. Hold on. I'm thinking of the key of C. So we're we're da, 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 da. So would we I know there could be some kind of cool thing with that. Or here. Some distortion or something. I don't know. It could be kind of interesting.
We'll come back again in the same video, and we'll show you a little bit later what we may or may not have, and try to work it up and make it a little nicer for you.
All right.
All right. Awesome.